Welcome to the Roberta Show, self-empowerment with the Affirmation Architect Roberta Tabb. This is where we design the mindset that shapes the life you truly want, intentionally, powerfully, and on your terms. And today, we're talking about something that quietly defines everything. We're talking about our standards. Not the ones you talk about, but the ones you live by. Part 1. Standards are always communicating. Your standards are always speaking in what you accept, in what you tolerate, in what you overlook, and what you correct. Even when you say nothing, your standards are saying something. They communicate how you expect to be treated, how you treat your time, and how you show up for yourself. And over time, they shape your reality. Because your life doesn't rise to your expectations. It aligns with your standards. Part 2. The gap between what you want and what you allow. There's often a gap between what you say you want and what you consistently allow. You may want clarity, respect, consistency, and growth. But if your standards don't reflect that, your life won't either. If you allow inconsistency, overextension, misalignment, and self-neglect, then that becomes your baseline. Not because it's what you chose consciously, but because it's what you reinforced repeatedly. Part 3. Where misalignment hides. Misaligned standards don't always look obvious. Sometimes they sound like, "It's fine, I'll just handle it. I don't want to make this a big deal. I'll get back to myself later." And in those moments, you lower the standard, not dramatically, but consistently. And small misalignments, repeated over time, create a life that feels slightly off. Not broken, but not fully aligned either. Part 4. Standards as self-respect. Raising your standards is not about becoming rigid. It's about becoming clear. Clear about what you accept, what you no longer negotiate, and what reflects your self-respect. Because your standards are not rules for other people. They are reflections of your relationship with yourself. And when that relationship strengthens, your standards naturally rise, not from force, but from alignment. Welcome to your affirmation work. Now, let this settle into you and repeat as many times as needed. I align my standards with the life I am building. I no longer accept what does not reflect my self-respect. I choose consistency, clarity, and alignment in how I live. My standards reflect who I am becoming. Again, I align my standards with the life I am building. I no longer accept what does not reflect my self-respect. I choose consistency, clarity, and alignment in how I live. My standards reflect who I am becoming. The shift. You don't need to overhaul everything. You need to become more intentional about what you allow. Because every time you reinforce a standard, you reinforce an identity. And over time, that identity becomes your life. So the question is no longer, what do I want? It becomes, what am I no longer available for? Actionable steps. Today, I want you to identify one area where your standards no longer match your self-worth. Just one. It might be how you spend your time, how you respond to others, or how you show up for yourself. And instead of overthinking it, elevate it. Make one clear shift. Not to prove anything, but to align everything. In closing, I want you to know that I'm so proud of you for being here and for showing up for yourself. Please remember, your life is not responding to what you want. It's responding to what you allow. Your standards are speaking. In your decisions, your boundaries, your follow-through. So the real question is, what are they saying about you? Your standards are not something you announce. They're something you live quietly, consistently, and clearly. And the more aligned they become, the more aligned your life becomes. This is the Roberta Show, where we don't just set intentions, we live in alignment with them. I'll see you in the next episode.